If you're interested in learning how to best evaluate your employee performance, then this video is for you. There are many ways to do performance reviews and give feedback to your employees, and this video is going to cover the top things to keep in mind to make sure that you're able to achieve your results and have fulfilled employees. Are you evaluating your employees as effectively as you can? Are you having feedback conversations as often as you should? Are you asking the right questions when you meet with your employees? These are some of the things that you need to think about when evaluating your employees. By the end of this video, you are going to receive actionable insights around how you can do performance reviews that get results and also create a great experience for your employees. Because the way that you evaluate performance is a critical part of workplace culture. Culture is the experiences that we have which create the beliefs that we hold about the work that we're doing, about our own performance, and about each other. Those beliefs determine the actions that we take, and that's what gets us results. So if you want to create different results and need to see different actions as a result, you need to create an experience that is positive around feedback so that employees are open to hearing how they can improve and that they can hold the cultural beliefs that are critical to driving results at your company. In addition, Gallup has done numerous studies around this and found that employees who are given frequent feedback are 4 times more likely to be engaged. But engagement isn't the only goal. They also found that companies that had frequent feedback experiences for their employees improved retention by 14%. Performance evaluations can often be viewed as the bad part of the year. It's the time when you finally have to hear about all the things that you haven't done right and what you need to do better. If that's the experience that you're creating for your employees, then you might as well not do them because they are not going to create or foster employee fulfillment, and they're certainly not going to drive better results. The best performance evaluation meetings at the end of the year have no surprises. No one should be surprised about anything that is said in a performance evaluation because if you have a feedback culture, if you're creating frequent experiences around feedback, then everyone should know exactly where they stand at all times, and really the performance evaluation meeting is just a formality. There are 3 levels of an effective performance evaluation. The first is the formal meeting in which you set goals for the future. Those goals should be both professional and personal. When you look beyond the employee and see the whole person, you realize that they're not only here to develop in the area of professional development, they want to develop in other areas of their life as well. Maybe they're learning how to play an instrument. Maybe they want to achieve a new level of fitness. Perhaps they're interested in being of service in some way in their community. There are lots of ways in which we grow and develop as people that you, as their mentor and their manager, can help nurture. So my first suggestion is in these formal performance evaluations that happen quarterly, you want to ask them about their professional goals and their personal goals. And yes, I did say quarterly, which means you're meeting with your employees once a quarter, which is every 3 months, to ask them how they're doing on their progress. And it also means that at every quarterly meeting, you're looking back at how they did in the last 3 months and you're looking forward. What do you want to do in the next 3 months? How can you be your best self 3 months from now? And what can I do to support you in that? Those are formal feedback conversations, and critical to those meetings is that you help them identify how those goals will help the organization achieve its strategic goals. Every employee wants to make a difference. They want to understand how they are adding value to what they're doing, to the larger team. And you can do that by identifying really clear, meaningful, measurable, and memorable goals that they have and tying those to the organization's goals. What that does is it gives me purpose. It answers the age-old question that people have been asking themselves since the beginning of consciousness: why are we here? What is the meaning of life? And what is the meaning of me in this role? What is this work that we're doing? Why does it matter? If you can help your employees answer that question, their motivation will come naturally because it's a why that they can relate to. The second element of an effective employee evaluation is the informal feedback exchanges that you should be having all the time. As you're doing your work, as you're working together on a weekly and sometimes daily basis, there's an opportunity to exchange feedback, and it doesn't go one way, it goes two ways, which means that you are, as the leader, asking for feedback, and you're also giving feedback. You're helping each other grow. You're course correcting when necessary. You're recognizing positive achievements and helping employees understand how the good work they're doing is going to impact results and how that is an expression of the cultural belief that you are nurturing within that company. So when I get feedback from my manager, he tells me what I did right, how that was an expression of the cultural belief that we share, and what that's going to do to our key results. Not only does it help me to understand that I did something right, but it also helps me understand why that's important and what that's going to help accomplish and why I am important in this larger organization. Frequent feedback experiences make a difference in workplace culture because they reinforce the beliefs you're trying to achieve. And if you only do that once a quarter, you're missing so many opportunities to connect. Now again, it's important to remember that leaders need to ask for feedback as much as they're giving feedback. And the way that you ask for feedback is you say, "What feedback do you have for me?" That opens the door for employees to share how you might improve. And then you've got to exhibit excellent feedback receiving behavior, which is listening intently and saying, "Thank you for the feedback." Before I go into the last point, give this video a like if it's been helpful so far. So the third element of effective employee performance evaluation has to do with the long term. It has to do with the big picture. And there are typically annual meetings about performance that happen to discuss things like raises and promotions and whether or not this employee is ready to advance to the next level. In the workplace of the future, these conversations are going to be happening much more frequently than annually. Organizations need to be ready to have pay conversations more frequently than once a year because business is moving more quickly. And that means employees are getting recruitment calls more often, and they're getting offers which are appealing that you don't want to wait an entire year to hear about. So when you're having larger career development conversations with your employees, you want to ask about what their long-term goals are. What is it that they're trying to achieve in their next step and the step after that? Determine what specific skills they will need to develop in order to be able to get that promotion, and help them understand the competencies that they will need in order to get there. You can then nurture that development over the long haul. Every quarter when you have those performance goal conversations, you can check in about that career development goal that they have. Are you still feeling like that is what you want? How do you feel like you're advancing in the area of X that you need to develop in order to get there? Is there anything else that you need from me in order to feel like I'm nurturing you getting there? A lack of career opportunities is one of the top reasons that people say they leave their current employer, so you don't want to be one of those. Long-term conversations with your employees about their career also show that you're invested in them for the long haul. If you're interested in seeing our research around workplace culture and how you can best evaluate your employees, then go to gift.culture.io to get your free downloads, or you can click on the link below in the description.